Bears fans, before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the Bears News Fan Report. Leave a like and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates about our team. Is Caleb Williams safe in Chicago? If there's one thing we learned last season, it's that without a reliable offensive line, our quarterback simply has no chance. Williams suffered no less than 68 sacks, an absurd number that could jeopardize not only his development but also his career. And it wasn't just the passing game that suffered. The running attack was also a disaster, averaging just 102 yards per game. This is not the Chicago Bears we know. Our DNA has always been that of a physical team, dominant in the trenches. But let's be honest, last year the offensive line failed to uphold that tradition. The good news? We have money to fix this problem. With nearly $80 million in cap space, the Bears can bolster the OL and finally give Williams the protection he needs. And one name has been getting attention, Drew Dalman, center for the Atlanta Falcons. He may not have the status of a Jason Kelce, but his numbers are impressive. With a 95.1% pass block success rate, he ranks among the top 10 in the league. Plus, his intelligence and agility make him an ideal fit for the zone blocking scheme the Bears are likely to implement. But there's a problem: the price. Dalman is expected to cost around $45 million over 4 years. Is he worth it? Maybe. But what if Chicago gets even more aggressive? Another name to watch is Trey Smith, guard for the Chiefs. At 6 feet 6 inches and 330 pounds, he is an absolute monster in both run blocking and pass protection. And there's more. Ryan Poles, our GM, was with the Chiefs when Trey Smith was drafted. He knows the player well and understands the impact he could have on our team. The question is, can we afford both? Dalman and Smith together would cost around $25 million per year. That would instantly strengthen the OL, but is it worth spending that much when we still have other needs? DJ Moore is a great WR1, but we need more weapons for Williams. Names like T. Higgins and Mike Evans are on the market. So should the Bears go all in on the offensive line or split resources between protection and receivers? If we're smart and land the right pieces, we could finally see a real shift in our offense. But if the front office makes the wrong moves, well, we all know what happens when a QB doesn't have protection. And you Bears fans, what would you do in Ryan Poles' place? Would you sign Dalman and Smith, or would you balance reinforcing the OL and adding a top receiver? Drop your opinion in the comments. And of course, if you want more content like this, subscribe to the Bears News Fan Report. Let's follow every step of our team's rebuild together. Bear down. If reinforcing the offensive line is the priority, is signing free agents enough? An alternative would be looking at the NFL draft, where some interesting talents are available. But relying solely on rookies to protect a rookie QB like Caleb Williams is a huge risk. The transition from NCAA to the NFL isn't easy, and one mistake in protection could ruin an entire season. That's why the best strategy might be a balance between experience and youth. Imagine this scenario: the Bears sign Drew Dalman to ensure stability at center, draft a promising guard, and make a trade for a veteran like Trey Smith. This would add depth and prevent a total collapse if a player gets injured. And more. Let's not forget about head coach Matt Eberflus. He needs to prove he can develop this team, and that starts with establishing an identity. The Bears have always been known for physical football, and building a dominant offensive line would help restore that culture. But let's be realistic. No move will be enough if the front office doesn't act fast. Free agency is a war, and teams like the Steelers, Bengals, and Jets also need OL reinforcements. If Chicago wants Dalman and Smith, they'll need to make aggressive offers early in free agency. Even with a strong offensive line, Caleb Williams still needs playmakers to throw to. DJ Moore is great, but he can't carry the offense alone. That means investing in receivers like T. Higgins, Mike Evans, or even a lesser-known name like Michael Pittman Jr. might make sense. And here's the key question: what matters more? Giving Williams time to throw, or giving him more weapons to get rid of the ball quickly? If the Bears find the right balance, they could turn a weak offense into a competitive machine. If they fail, we risk wasting another talented quarterback, just like we did with Justin Fields. The decision is in the front office's hands, but we want to hear from you. If you were Ryan Poles, what would you do? Would you invest heavily in the OL, or try to balance protection and bringing in a star receiver? Drop your comment and let's discuss the Bears' future. Oh, and don't forget, if you enjoyed this content and want more updates and analysis about the Bears, subscribe now to the Bears News Fan Report. Let's follow every step of this rebuild together. Until next time, and bear down.